السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. هنعرض مع بعض النهارده إن شاء الله lesson من الليسون المهمة جدا في السيركل، وهو position of a circle with respect to another circle. في الليسون اللي فات واللي قبليه كنا بنتكلم على البوزيشن between point and circle and straight line with circle. Now we will show the position between two circles. عشان نتعرف على البوزيشن between two circles نتفرج كده مع بعض على الفيجر اللي قدامنا. عندنا هنا two circles, circle M and circle N. The two circles here are in distance between them. It means it has no common point and so. ايه اللي بيحكم البوزيشن between two circle؟ هو لاين موجود عندنا هنا كده join between the two center of the circle. This line is called center line or line of the two centers. اوكي؟ طبعا انا عارف ان السيركل ام لها راديوس لوحدها والسيركل ان هي كمان لها راديوس لوحدها. يعني radius length of circle M suppose ان هو مثلا هنقول ان هو R1 here R1. We have here two circle M and N. The radius length of first circle M is R1 and the radius length of circle N is R2. When the distance between the two centers or the length of line of center is bigger than the sum of R1 and R2, these two circles are called distant circles. Distant circles. Like this in case number 1. Mn bigger than R1 plus R2. Then the two circles are distant. Look at the figure again. When one of them is closer to the other, like this circle, look at circle N, it's closer to circle like this. Now, here, it will be like this form. The 2 points here, or the two centers here, like this, and the line of center join between the two centers makes this equation R1 plus R2. Then the distance between M and N is equal the sum of their radius. Now the two circles are touching externally, like the figure, touching externally. Here Mn equal R1 plus R2, like this form. And the two circles are touching externally in one point. Then here, now in this point, in this position, a point in which belongs to the circle M and also belongs to the circle N. The third position is Mn lies between the difference between the two radii and the sum of two radii. Here the two circles are intersecting like this figure. Here circle M and circle N are intersecting in 2 points like this. And the line of center passing through a common chord. Here we have a line is called the common chord, like this line. This line is called the common chord between the two circles. Here we can draw like this. This common chord is a chord inside circle M and also a chord inside circle N. Then the line of center is perpendicular and bisect this common chord. Therefore, we have here the third position is intersecting. And when the two circles are more closer than this position, the two circles will be internally touch, and the distance between M and N equal R1 minus R2, as we will show. This is a figure of internally touch. As we show that the distance between M and N is this distance here between M and N equal R1 minus R2. And the 2 points are common on their line by 1 point. But the small circle is inside completely the great circle. It means the surface of circle of big circle intersect surface of circle of the small circle equal the surface of the circle of the small circle. The fifth position between the two circles is when the circle is completely inside the circle, the other circle, and not touch any point on the big circle. This position is called one of them is inside the other. And here, the distance between the two centers is smaller than the difference between their radii, as we show. Here, the small circle is completely inside the big circle, and the distance between their centers is smaller than the difference between the lengths of their radii. The last position is when the distance between the two centers equals 0. It means the two circles with a common center. This form is called concentric circles. Concentric circles. As we show in here, the two circles with a common center, M is the same N, or the two points are the same. Then the smaller circle is inside the big circle, and each of them with a common center. This called is a concentric circles. Look at this line segment in which show the position between two circles. When the distance between the two centers equals 0, or Mn equals 0, then the two circles are concentric. And if the distance between the two centers is smaller than the difference between the two radii, then the two circles are one inside the other. When the distance between them is equal the difference between their radii, then each of them is touching, but here touching internally. اوعى تنسى ان في touching externally. If the distance between the two circles is bigger than the difference and also smaller than the sum of the lengths of the two radius, then the two circles are intersecting. When the distance between the two centers equals the sum of the radii, then the two circles are touching externally. And if this distance is bigger than the sum of the two radii, the two circles are distant. Now, thanks and goodbye.